Hey guys, and welcome to another video on Post to Post. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. If you did, you're either a fan that watches every single one of our videos or you're interested in how we film our videos. And that's what this video is going to be all about. It's the first in a three-part series where I take you through my process and how I edit my videos and what equipment I use. That's going to be this video, the equipment. So I'm talking about the camera, the lights, the audio equipment, the computer specs that I use to edit the videos. And then the second of the three videos is going to be actually going through the process of editing the video itself in Adobe Premiere Pro CC, and it's going to be that part's going to be a long video. This is going to be a lot shorter, but I'm going to try and get as detailed as I can because I know there's been a ton of questions on the channel of how do I use my equipment, and so this is going to be strictly physically equipment related. So I'm going to take you through everything right now, and then the third video is going to be how I create the thumbnail in Photoshop and upload it and keyword it and stuff to YouTube. So yeah, I'm about to take you guys along, and I'm going to start with the camera because it's the most important thing. I'm filming now on my G7X, which I rarely use, but on occasion I do use it. So I'm just going to take you around, and this video is going to be a little clumsy because I'm just going to try and do it in one take. This is the camera we use. It is Canon 6D. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I am a photographer first before anything video related happens. So I already had most of the equipment that you see in this video. So this is the camera. It's a full frame camera, Canon 6D, and on it is a 17 to 40 millimeter f4 lens. I also have a 50 millimeter 1.8 lens and a 70 to 200. But this is the primary lens that I use to film all the post-to-post videos. It's sitting on a Vanguard tripod, and come on, focus. Anyways, it's sitting on a Vanguard tripod, and it's got an actuating, almost trigger-like thing here. So you just pull on this, and then you twist, and it's really, really handy. I really love this tripod, and I got it in New York City, actually, a B&H Photo when I was there in 2013. Now, if you look over to this side, and you can see stuff in the background there, that's for the podcast. I'll go over that as well. I have the audio port plugged in here, or I have a wire plugged into the audio port, and that goes all the way along here and then over to here, which is what we use for audio analysis. We used to use lapel mics, but now we use this. It's a Rode VideoMic Pro. It's a shotgun mic, which actually technically mounts on top of the camera, but the camera's a little bit too far away, so I put it on its own cheapo tripod there. And then we just turn it on, and then that's fed into the camera itself. So there's the video, and there's the audio portion. And now on to the lights. Ooh, that's bright. So we use four big, well actually technically three now. We used to use four. Come on, camera. So here's the lights, one over there, one here, and one over there. And there's four actual bulbs. This is going to be really bright. There we go. Yeah, four bulbs in each, and they're all of the same temperature, which is 5500 K, I believe. So we use these three lights primarily, and then I have a fourth light behind me, sorry, but that doesn't get used very often because we don't need it. Now I'm just going to lower this down so I can show you the maker of it. And it is a company called Canadian Studio. And I got these lights on Amazon for I think $130. You get two for $130. You get a carrying bag, so I eventually ended up getting a second set. So now I have four. So now you can see the green screen that we use, and this is pretty cheap. I think it was 12 or like it's like $10 or $12 on AliExpress, and then I also have a second one which I got on Amazon for around 13 or 14, I believe. And that's going to be part of the giveaway that's coming up, and that's closed now, but the announcement's soon. Unrelated to this video. If you look down here for our podcast, we have this Q802 USB mixer that we use for our mics, and the table's really messy. I apologize for that. But this is the mic that I use. It's a newer 700, I believe, and this is a newer 950, something like that. They were both $30 on Amazon, so really not expensive things here, guys, and they sound pretty good. And then down below is my old computer, which runs that screen for the podcast and some other stuff that we do. And I believe that's pretty much technically it for down here. When we do film the podcast, this is basically the view that you're seeing. And then we have the GoPro kind of right there, and we just film it with a GoPro on basically this angle. I can't use my good camera to film the podcast because this stupid camera, which I love, so I don't really want to call it stupid, but it only films for 30 minutes at a time. So what I really need is a camcorder, a good camcorder, but it's too expensive right now. So just have to use this bad boy for now. So that's why I can't use it for the podcast, because usually the podcast is at least an hour long. So I can't be worried about having to get up and reset that mid-podcast. So next we're going to look at the computer equipment that I use to edit my videos. So there'll be a transition right now. Okie dokie, on to the fun stuff. And this is the computer that I have set up. I just built this recently with a wonderful help from some of our Patreon members and contributing their money. It helped me build a computer that I desperately needed to edit the videos for you guys. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to go through what the case is, what everything is, but there's a glass on there right now, so I'm going to take that off to show you a little better about what each piece is specifically, so there's no reflection, because you can see my hand there. So let's do that now. Okie dokie, so here it is, up close and personal. It's going to be a little bit dark, but hopefully you can see okay, at least see a little bit. So starting off with the video card, this is actually the worst part of the entire computer. It is a very old XFX R7800 series. Actually, it's a ghost edition. It's to be honest, it is very outdated, but unfortunately I just can't afford to buy a new video card at the moment. But so that actually came from my old computer and migrated into this new one. As far as all the other pieces, what you see right here is the heatsink on top of the processor, and this is a Cool Master Hyper 212 LED heatsink, and I think it was around $30 or so, something like that, around there. And it comes with that obviously pretty cool LED fan there. It is sitting upon an AMD Ryzen 3.5 GHz 6-core 12-thread processor, one of the new beasts that just came out recently, so I'm pretty happy to have that. And, alright, what else have we got in here? The case itself, which is kind of going to be hard to see, I have some LED lights running along the top here. The case itself is an NZXT S340 Elite. And it's got some, I should really turn on some lights maybe. It's got 4 USB ports at the top, 1 HDMI port, audio ports as well. It's got a 140mm fan at the top. It's got a 120mm fan up there, and it supported 2 120mm fans up front, which I bought and installed myself afterwards. And those specific fans are Enermax TB Silent LED fans, and I think they were around $10 each, I think. Next we have the actual motherboard itself. You can see in the background there, and that is the ROG Strix B350F AM4 socket, obviously matching the processor socket, and I think that was around 150-ish, maybe, something like that. It's got some pretty cool cycling LED lights there, which is cool. The only thing I don't like is that it stays on when you shut the computer down, so it's a little bright in the room if you're trying to keep the room completely dark. Down here we have the SSD, which is the hard drive which the OS is on. It's a Samsung Evo 250GB solid state drive, which has been amazing so far. I love solid state drives. It's my second computer that I've built with the solid state drive having the OS on it, so very happy with that. Would highly recommend. Now, up in here, it's going to be a little hard to see, but those are the sticks of RAM up in there, and they are G.Skill Flare X DD4 2400. There's 2 of them, and each is 8GB, so there's 16GB total there. And one of the reasons I bought this case is for the cable management, and this is a little messy down here. I need to fix this up. Come on, camera, focus, you bugger. What are you doing? Focus. So I need to fix these cables up here, but as you can see, the rest of the cables, the cable management is really, really good in this case. They actually go up in under here, and then actually behind the motherboard, and up under and in through here, and in there, and in the back here is the EVG, a Supernova 650 G1 80 Plus Gold Edition. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I believe. And now on to the rest of the computer. And right here we have a pretty cool keyboard, one of my favorite parts of my collection, my technical collection. It is the Razer Black Widow X Chroma. And for a mouse I use Corsair. I don't know the model number of this mouse specifically. I've had it for probably like 5 years, but it is Corsair. I do love it. It's got some buttons on the side. And then for my monitors, I have a 27-inch Dell 1440p monitor, and then a Dell 24-inch monitor. So a 27, 24 gets the job done. Usually Audition's over there, Adobe Audition. Adobe Premiere's over there. I'm switching back and forth, editing the videos for you guys. It's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to show you the second edition of this series where I actually take you through an entire editing process of a video. So from beginning to end, I'm going to show you how to do all the green screen stuff. I'm going to show you how to do fixing the audio and syncing the audio if that's a part of it, and all kinds of stuff. I'm really excited to show you guys. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you've made it this far, if you're interested in anything here, I'm going to try and link some things down in the description, like pieces of the computer, maybe certain parts like the motherboard. If you're interested in this stuff, I'll try and link them below if I remember. If I don't remember, because I probably won't, because I have the memory of a loon, so if I don't remember and you're interested, just leave a comment and say, hey Neil, you forgot the links in the description, and also I'll see if I can get those for you. So thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you learned something a little bit new here. I know it wasn't really educational, it was more just me rhyming off what I have, but yeah, hopefully you'll learn a little bit more in the next episode when I actually show you some practical use of everything that you've seen here today. So thanks guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hit the like button if you liked it, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.